Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Saturday live show. So nice to be with you. So nice to be back. And I missed everyone. So I appreciate all the nice comments in the chat today. I want to say before we get started, thank you to today's moderators. They've been with me all along and could not do the show without them. They really allowed me to focus on the show itself and talking to the guests. So before we get started, some housekeeping here. The Richard Travel live show is copyright protected against use by any third parties, unless approval is provided by yours truly. Under no circumstances can any part of the video be used by third parties, and a violation is going to have to talk to YouTube. We don't like talking to YouTube about copyright stuff. Long conversations. So today's guest is Chev and Dev, having them back for their third appearance. They've been on twice before. You believe it? And the first time they were on, they had about 500 subscribers. They got up to 900 during the show. And shortly thereafter, they surpassed 1,000. And it was just great. So now they're at 114,000 subscribers. That's a little more than 900. So I'm quite excited about that. Let me go to the chat. Welcome everyone in here. I know we got a lot of people coming in here. I want to say, let's see, who is actually the first chat of the day here? Take a look. I know we have a lot of usual suspects coming in. Let's see. Time to get going. I'll be here. Gotta love Tyler. Oh, look, Douglas Williams. Douglas Williams leaves the best comments on my YouTube videos. Thank you, Douglas. Appreciate that. Let's roll. Gotta love Thailand Dave. Great YouTube channel of his own. Saying hello there. We have Princo Worldwide. Go More Hike. A great YouTube channel of himself. A lot of recorded nature videos there in Alabama. Saying hola amigos. Brock's Travels here saying hi, Dave, Richard, and Richard's mom. Ooh, very important to say hello to my mom. She's watching with eagle eye. Hasn't quite figured out the comment functionality though yet. But she appreciates all the comments. So that's great. So Brock was in a little bit early. He's saying 1 hour and counting. So that's great. Got Anders in here. Good afternoon. Hope for an interesting and rewarding live stream today. I hope so as well. No pressure, right? Got to do a good job. Got some big YouTube creators coming on the show today. Chev and Dev. Had to do a lot of research, make a lot of notes. Had a pre-interview with them. Man, we talked for so long. I had to tell them, get out of here, guys. Like we're losing all the spontaneity for the live show. Get out of here. But always nice talking to them. I could talk to them for hours. So I'm really looking forward to meeting them in whatever country they're in when I get over there. Start traveling again. You know, I would have said Thailand, but now they're in Malaysia. And I think they're planning another trip. So I know I've been watching their videos. I watch all their videos. I know Dev alluded to a possible big trip coming up. So maybe if we sweet talk them enough on the live show today, they'll reveal where they're going. I don't know. Dev's very professional. Dev wants to keep it professional, reveal, so maybe we won't hear today, but I'll see what I can do, guys. Maybe in the comments say, hey, where are you going next? We're very curious. It's very important to us. LIF saying, let's the show start. Mr. Mitch in here. Mr. Mitch coming to us from Thailand. Great. Got a lot of people in here. It's wonderful. Nikki Dunn. Perfect. Love it. A lot of great people in here today. Love it. Appreciate everyone's kind messages there. We're going to rely on you in the chat for all the messages for the comments for Chev and Dev. So any questions you may have for them, we'll definitely defer to that. We have 7 videos to show during the Chev and Dev chat. It's a lot of videos. I think I have 14 total for today. So a lot of videos, going to keep you on your toes. Martin from NDTVI Thailand always said, Richard runs a variety show, not a live stream. Well, I agree with that. I put a lot of effort into these videos. So looking forward to showing you some of those later on today. I want to let you know, so I've moved out of San Francisco. It's the big news during the break here. No longer living in San Francisco. I'm now living in an undisclosed location that is not San Francisco. So it's more in the burbs, I can tell you that. And I no longer have to deal with ambulance sirens coming by every 5 minutes on my live show and loud people that are home challenged. I don't think we can say homeless anymore in America. It's got to be very politically correct. So I don't know what the word is, but a lot of loud people outside my apartment when I lived in San Francisco, no longer having that. So it's nice. Got to wake up at 4 a.m. this morning for the live show and totally quiet. So got to get all my work done. I know I did make a note that Lucas from Rides for Kicks was actually at a restaurant in Thailand, fine dining tonight. So I know that he's actually live there. I wanted to go to him live at the restaurant because I think he was trying to make the show today. So let's go to Lucas.
I got one problem though. Can you tell them to hurry it up in the kitchen? I got to get home and watch the Richard Travel Show.
Sorry, Richard, but we're going to be late for that one tonight. I do apologize.
You got to be kidding me, Lucas. Come on, man. I told you this was going to take priority. Been away for 321 days. Got to make this a priority. But I do enjoy steak as well, so I can understand that. I think Lucas was going to try to make it in a little bit later with Nick Dean. With that in mind, with Nick Dean showing him, I did want to give a shout out to Nick Dean from NDTVI Thailand. The YouTube channel is NDTVI Thailand. Does a lot of great recorded videos, edited videos, and also some live shows, kind of similar to what I've done. He's been on the show a couple of times. I wanted to thank him for personally reaching out over the last 320 days and offering words of encouragement and some tough love. So I appreciate that, Nick. Thank you for all that you do, and thanks for all the conversations. So I appreciate that. Currency exchange, big movement for the USD. And I also actually put in the Malaysian currency as well today because, you know, Chev and Dev are joining us from Malaysia, or so I'm assuming. They could be in a different location now. I don't know. So we'll check it out. But I wanted to run this by you guys. We have the USD at 37.67 today. Wow, man. That is crazy. Never seen it that high before. I think the highest I've seen it back in 2016 was 36. I remember sitting at a bar in Thailand, and one of the foreigners came up and said, the USD just hit 36. And literally, we all cashed out our bar bill and went back to hotels, got all of our money, went to the currency exchange and exchanged it because we knew that it was only going to be at 36 for a little while. And it did dip back down. So 37.67 is great. I also put in there the South African Rand. I think it's Rand or Ron. I think it's Rand. Got guests coming in from South Africa. We have to be respectful. Show the currency. So put that in there. We have the Malaysian ringgit there, 4.64 the US dollar, the pound 5.17, the Aussie dollar at 2.97. So not bad there, but big movement over the last year with the USD. So I'm sure that a lot of people are looking forward to getting back there at some point and taking advantage of that currency exchange. So it's interesting. I was getting ready for the show this week and looking back at a lot of the previous shows, and wow, there's been a lot of changes over the last year and a half. We had 50 straight shows. We had a big 50 show reunion, had a lot of vloggers come on, but we had a lot of interesting vloggers come on over the last year, previous to when we went high tech with the microphone and all that kind of stuff. So I wanted to have a little shout out for all those individuals that might have come back or came on over the last year and a half when I was first doing the show. So I wanted to show this, and we'll be right back. Thank you for coming on the live show again today, man. It was a pleasure having you back.
Be here. Great to be here, and thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for inviting me and give me the whole hour the first time now.
He's like, I want to be the only guest this time if I come on next time. What you don't know about Maggie, she's very bossy. She's not on the camera. She's like, I'll come on, but I want to be your only guest this time.
What's next? I should keep it secret, right?
So shout out there to Tita. Her YouTube channel is no longer existing, but we can remember her. I do have a live show with her on there, and it was just hilarious. So much fun to have her on the live show. So a lot of fan favorites there with Lucas from Rides for Kicks and Maggie's Journey and some other individuals there. So just wanted to kind of show that for you. That's a lot of the clips you saw there was before we got the external microphone and kind of went more high tech. So we had to start somewhere, and so that's kind of a look back on that. The Fubar Traveler, Ollie Brown, coming from California. I think he's up in Sacramento. So I wanted to say good day to him. He's done a lot of recorded videos for this show. When he was back in Thailand, he recorded some videos with some star vloggers, and I used them for a couple of the shows that I've had previously. So hi, Ollie. Nice to see you in there. And we got John the Arm in the chat as well. Alton Moore, doing great. Perfect. Got a lot of great individuals in there. So I got to tell you, I'm so excited to have Chev and Dev back because, you know, back when I first started watching their channel, they had just a handful of subscribers. I remember talking about that. I think we profiled them on the Vlogger News before actually having them on the show. And I just remember looking at their videos thinking, man, this is a 100K channel. Like just the quality of the content. You know, Dev was doing a lot of great pans and edits with the video. I just thought, wow, you know, 500 subscribers, 900 subscribers, like what's the limit for this channel? I thought, you know, it's got to be over 100K. And I will tell you what, they proved me right because they're currently sitting at 114K. And I couldn't be happier for them because, you know, I'm not supposed to have favorites, but they are one of my favorites. So they're so much fun to talk to. And I love their channel so much. So let's go ahead and welcome them in with their recorded intro. And we'll have them in the live chat in just a couple minutes or a couple seconds.
Making this YouTube channel was the best thing we ever did for ourselves and the best thing we could do while we're traveling. Documenting our mistakes, documenting learning. I hope that people see that even though we're at 100K, we're still learning and we're far from perfect.
We still have no idea.
We still have no idea. We still have no plan. It's not like everything's planned. Shoot this, shoot that, speak like this. No, it's not.
We just love to make videos.
Chev and Dev, welcome to the Saturday Live Show. So nice to have you on.
So nice to see you. Welcome back.
Well, thank you. Well, thank you very much. And I should say congratulations on 114,000 subscribers. So great.
Thank you so much. And hi to everybody. Yes. It's so nice to be on the chat, and we're honored that we're the first guest back. And I'm sure we can speak for everybody to say we're so happy that Richard is back for our Saturday traditions.
What a comeback.
Yeah, I didn't know that you were watching so much. You had mentioned on the pre-interview, like, hey, we look forward to watching your shows on Saturdays. And so I appreciated hearing that. Thank you. I heard that a lot over the last year, and it really kind of resonated for me, you guys, because I started realizing like the show is more about just me and what's going on with me. Like people were looking forward to watching the show. And I felt like a lot of comments to that, and it really kind of resonated. I started thinking like, you know, it's got to kind of restart the show here because I think a lot of people liked it. And I enjoyed putting all the content together and recording, doing the videos and stuff like that. So yeah, thanks.
Well, you look great, and we're so happy to see you.
Yeah, well, you know, I had to lose some weight. I went to the doctor. I had some health challenges over the last year, and the doctor's like, so funny. The doctor's like, you know, your blood pressure is quite high, and this is going on, that's going on. I said, well, listen, that's all going to go away, you know, once I lose some weight. And my doctor is like tough love. Doctor's like, so I'm going back in your chart. You've been saying that for like 10 years. You're going to lose weight. So I realized like, I got to get back at it. So I'm down 12 pounds, got another 12 to lose, and just really happy. So yeah, feel more healthy.
That's amazing.
Which is good.
Well done.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah. Well, it's not all about me. It's all about you today. I want to do a little toast for your 100,000 subscribers. I actually have some champagne.
Yeah, we got drinks.
So I'm going to do a little bit of, I'm going to pour and make a toast. And
we had to join you.
Oh, good. Perfect. All right.
Thanks for
put a little too much in there. In there.
Everyone
and,
else has
I class it up in the morning here, you guys. So I do a little bit of like mimosa style. So put a little orange juice in there.
Like that.
Yeah.
This is also a toast for Richard being back.
Yes.
Well, you're so great. Yeah, I think so. This is like a toast to the subscribers. I always feel like the channel is only successful because of those people that watch your videos and subscribe. So here's to all those 114,000 subscribers that are subscribed to Chev and Dev. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, I wish I should go this way.
I hope everyone in the comments has a drink too.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, I know I kind of told you back in the day, like, hey, listen, so I think you're going to be a 100K channel. It was a surprise to you because I guess it's hard to see that when you're starting out on YouTube, you're probably thinking, I just want to get over 100 subscribers. I know that was a big metric for me. Was that kind of a big metric for you, just kind of getting over 100, or did you get that pretty quick?
Absolutely. It was, how long did it take for us to reach 100?
4 months. It took us 4
months
months to get 100.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
I know.
still can't believe it.
Yeah, and I know when we had you on the show, I think you just hit 900 subscribers, and it was a cool show because I feel like you're so humble. And so you were saying, I remember Dev said, "Well, I don't want to ruin it. Let's play this video." Chev and Dev, welcome to the Saturday Live Show.
Hey, Richard.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, everyone. It was, I'm getting distracted. 900. Did we get 900, really?
Yeah, 900. All right. Now, like, the big push began.
Thank you.
Just the thought of 900 people wanting to watch our videos is
We can't believe
amazing.
it.
Yeah, well, you guys deserve all the success you're going to have because I think the videos are, like, definitely top quality. I stand by that today. Top quality videos.
Thank you. You said it.
You called it. You've been supporting us since day one, since we had 100 subs. And when you were like, "Oh yeah, you'll reach 100,000," we were like, "Yeah, whatever."
No worries.
Yeah, I mean, I want to talk about that a little bit because, that's a very interesting metric. First of all, you get a 100K plaque for all those in the chat that might not be familiar. 100K for YouTube creators is a huge metric. YouTube sends you a plaque that I thought actually was very light, but you told me it's actually kind of a heavy plaque. Your parents told you, right?
Yeah, so this is the problem. Because we're in Malaysia, the plaque got sent home. So we haven't seen it, or we have seen pictures of it, but we haven't touched it and felt it. So I had to ask my dad, like, how does it feel? Is it heavy? Can you smell it or taste it? Give us as much info
We were
about
giving
it.
them so many instructions, like, take the picture like this. Oh, we can see your reflection. We were like so fussy.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Because did you use that on social media then, a picture of the plaque at some point?
Yeah.
I
We
never
shared
did
it.
see that. Okay, I'm gonna go back and
Oh,
check a look at
yeah.
that. Yeah, because I'm a big fan of those plaques. Like that's huge. That's a huge metric. So congratulations to you. Subscribers are
Thank you
great.
so much.
Now, so what kind of boosted you up? Yeah. From my understanding, it was when you left Thailand and went to the Philippines. We talked about this a little bit on the pre-interview.
Yes.
A lot of people were like, "Hey, wait a minute, we got to do what they're doing." Is that what? Did you have a huge jump up? Was it like from where were you at and where did you end up when you got to the Philippines?
Yeah, we have to tell you the story. So when we left Thailand, we were on 20,000. We just hit 20,000. And we didn't know what was going to happen in the Philippines. I mean, there were vloggers there already. They were vlogging, they were going on their journey. So when we posted our first video, it didn't do well. It was 10th, and it really wasn't performing. So we were like, we've flown all the way here. What are we going to do? Like, we didn't want to leave Thailand. We were really missing it already. And we just said, you know what, let's just go out and have fun. And we did that. And after 4 hours after we posted that video, we just saw these numbers rolling and they were like out of control. So that's when we had our big boost, I guess.
Yeah, what was that like? I mean, were you just like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening"? Go out and
Yeah,
party, get drunk?
Oh, it was crazy. I mean, we were videoing our screen and the subscribers were just rolling and we couldn't believe it. And we have to say thank you to so many Filipinos that watched us and supported us that weren't only living in the Philippines, but all around the world. And we were really supported and welcomed in their country. And yeah, that really boosted us. And I think maybe gave us more confidence to keep making good videos and keep traveling. And we had an amazing time in the Philippines.
Yeah, it was such an epic feeling to just have that. We've never experienced anything like that.
Yeah, it's interesting. So Kipax is saying 100K in 4 months is madness. It is crazy. I mean, I feel like, yeah, going from 0 to 1,000 in a year is a great metric for most YouTube creators. That's what they aspire to do. So the 4 months is great. But I mean, do you feel like it's a validation of the content that you're creating? Do you feel like, hey, listen, I think I kind of am creating good content. They like watching my videos.
It's a good question.
And I knew you wouldn't want to answer this because you're so humble. You're like, no, I don't really want to say that.
We always, every single video, we just wanted to make the best video we possibly could. And as we said a year ago, even having 900 people watching was incredible. And we love to go out, make a video, and we spend hours just getting excited about it. So the thought of more people watching, and if it gives them some sort of tips or entertainment, that's awesome for us.
It's just a new family members.
Yeah. So Gomor Hike actually got an award of his own. He got a mug for the greatest uncle. So it's just as prestigious as a YouTube award, he thinks, in his mind.
We need a mug.
Yes, a mug. That's what we need.
Yeah, it's so great. And I feel like, so something you were saying, Dev, is like it gave you more confidence to kind of go forward. And it's something I kind of talked to you about a couple of days ago, is around, Shev, I feel like you've become more comfortable behind the camera. Do you feel like you're more comfortable and more flamboyant, or you feel like, hey, you're the same person as when you started?
Yeah, I mean, that's so nice of you to say. Thank you. I just maybe want to be more myself. Maybe before I was a little bit shy, and we kind of listened to how we used to speak before, like maybe a little bit timid, but I think through the channel, we've grown as well. We felt like we just want to be more ourselves. And like when the camera's off, we have banter and we have giggles, and we want to show people the real us, maybe.
But she's amazing.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Richard. Unbelievable.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned you were previously a little more timid. So I have a video of both of you when you had about 800 subscribers. And I don't think this is very timid. Busted.
I thought that video was lost forever.
Oh, I keep them all. SSD, external hard drive.
You made us do that.
I would do it again, Richard. I would do it again.
It's all for Richard's mom, right? I'll do it for Richard's mom.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's so great. I think so. One of the videos I watched recently was your video, "This is why it's so easy to love Vietnam." I loved it because it was a cycling video. I wanted to kind of play a short little clip from this, you guys. I want to talk about like the setup for that, the equipment you used, and what it was like, because it was a pretty. So I may taking some creative license with the editing of that video. Inserted a little
editing was so good.
So good.
I got to tell you, so it's interesting you mentioned that, because when I'm dissecting your video, I download it and then I put it in Final Cut Pro. I go frame by frame. I can see your edits then, and very crisp. So it's kind of cool when I do that with other YouTube creators. I can see like, it's kind of lazy editing here, but yours is very crisp. So good job. Yeah,
Wow.
I'm definitely very impressed. I think we had a couple of comments there. Nikki Dunn was saying she loves it, and Chocolate Man in Thailand was saying best dance ever. Bring it back. Part 2.
We need a round 2.
Wow, it's so good to see all the familiar faces.
Yeah, from last time. It's so great because I feel like that was like a groundbreaking video. And the cool thing about that video is I had music in the dance segment that everyone was kind of dancing to, but you're the only group that actually found the song. So I think you probably did a Shazam, went to Epidemic, found the song, and then put it in there. So it's like I had nothing to do. I just had to like splice a little bit here and there, but I guess so great. It's like the only one to do that. You found the song. Yeah, usually it's just like, someone with some music in the background that has nothing to do with what I was, playing on. So, that's great. No, really good. That was cool. So let's talk about that Vietnam video a little bit, because I loved it. It was cycling, and the cool thing about it was I felt like it was kind of tough to set up the cameras. All right. So did you have like a GoPro and an iPhone going, or what was the setup for that?
Yeah, I think because there's so many angles, it looks like there's many cameras, but if we were like riding, we would just hold the phone. And then we had one GoPro that we kind of clamped onto like a basket in the front. And it was so rickety, it kept on falling off. It fell on the ground every time. And I would put it on her basket for a while, then on mine, and kind of just cut it together, and it came out really nicely.
It was so funny to film, actually, because we were trying to focus on filming and then like not crashing into someone as well. Yeah. So we would like, drive the bike and we're like, oh, sorry.
Yeah, it seemed like everyone's pretty friendly though, right?
They were so amazing. I think that was one of our most like enjoyable videos that we did. And we did it in the middle of the day. So it was really hot. And we were just like, by the end of it, we were exhausted.
Yeah. Do you generally try to record videos like that off times? Do you try to go like in the morning or late evening, or do you go when there's a lot of people? What's your preference?
Well, that's the thing is like early morning or afternoon is when there were the most people out. So midday is when they were all hiding inside because it was really hot. It was like what, 38?
Even higher, I think.
Maybe 40 degrees. And we were like, okay, this is the perfect time. There's not too many people out, but then we kind of suffered.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because I was thinking you're having so much fun in all these countries. It did take you a while to get out of Thailand. I felt like your heart always belonged to Thailand. Was it difficult for you to sort of start exploring other countries? You know, you went to the Philippines and you started exploring Vietnam, Malaysia. Was that difficult for you?
Yeah, it was. I think we felt so close to Thailand. It felt like our home because we were there for 2 years. But we feel so honored that we got to travel to different countries and we were welcomed by so many different people, and you kind of take a piece of each country with you. But I'm sure we will definitely be coming back to Thailand, and we have thought about it a lot. We miss Thailand so much, and we will probably create some really exciting things when we get there.
Yes, that's so true. And it was so hard to leave, actually. It was super hard to leave. We thought we'd never leave, but we kind of got a bit of a kick to start exploring. Countries were opening up, and the first country to open was the Philippines. So we were like, okay, we got to go to the Philippines, super easy to get in. And that's kind of what kickstarted our travel bug, I guess.
Yeah, that's great. Well, I think the videos are wonderful that you're doing there. You seem like you're so excited when you go to a new country.
Yes.
Is there a little bit of that? Or are you kind of a little like excited about getting to a new country you haven't been to?
Yes. It gives us so much energy. We normally don't sleep for a few days before, and our brains are just thinking of so many ideas and what we're going to do. So yeah, very soon, like you said in the pre-show, we might be off to a new adventure soon.
Yeah. So, well, Freelance Kate asked you if you're going to be visiting South Africa. So maybe someone from South Africa.
Good question.
Well, if you asked us this question maybe about a year ago, even 6 months ago, we would have said like, there's no way, we're not going back. But let's just say, stay tuned.
Chances are higher now.
All right. Great. Knitband is saying Chev and Dev 1 million subs by this time next year. Wow.
Oh my god.
Oh wow.
That's great. Wow.
That would be crazy.
I can't
Wonderful.
even count that high. So I don't know.
Oh, Club Fillers Inc. is saying big fan of Chev and Dev. Chev is so beautiful. Please go back to the Philippines soon. Thank you for the super chat.
We miss the
We
Philippines.
do.
Yeah.
We'll definitely go
We'll
back.
be back. We got some ideas
Yep.
when you go back.
Yeah. I mean, why did you decide to leave the Philippines and go to other countries? Was it just, hey, you wanted to explore, or what was the reason behind that?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, we had done so much in the Philippines, and to be honest, I think you could spend years there and not do everything. But we wanted to challenge ourselves, and every time you move to a different country and there's change, it challenges you and it makes you grow. And that's what we were feeling. Like, we really wanted to be challenged. We felt so comfortable and welcomed in the Philippines, and we just wanted to see what else was out there. But we'll be back.
Yep.
That's great. Chocolate Man in Thailand is saying Cape Town is amazing.
Yay.
Yes, Cape Town is amazing.
It really is.
Now, whereabouts in South Africa are you from?
We're from Johannesburg.
Okay.
Yeah, in the middle.
Yeah, in the middle of the country.
That's great. So it's interesting because one of the things that happens when you become a more successful channel like yourselves is people start to reach out to you around what we call paid promotions. And kind of a controversial topic in the YouTube vlogger sphere, because some people feel like, man, paid promotions are BS. You shouldn't do them. Usually that's by people that aren't getting offered paid promotions. So if you're not getting offered, sell out, it's like, but if you got offered one, you probably would do it. But it's interesting because I wanted to talk about that a little bit, because you do a good amount of paid promotions on your channel, but it looks like to me, it's only products that you really believe in. So I'd love to kind of go through the process of how you choose to do a paid promotion or not, and how that's kind of affected the channel.
Yeah, good question. We're very lucky that we get to work with amazing brands, and there is always that question of, you don't want to be selling your audience, but for us personally, those sponsors help us travel and allow us to keep traveling and keep creating content. And I think that's what we've learned as a creator. When we see other people doing sponsored ads, we understand that there's money that needs to go into those videos, and that really helps us. And we're also very lucky that all the sponsors that we've worked with, we were using the products way before, sometimes 2 years before we even worked with that brand. and any offer that we get that we don't use, we never want to talk about. So we've really been lucky to work with amazing people.
Yeah, that's so true. And we kind of want to open up and broaden our audience, or just reach out and see what's possible, because actually if you have a YouTube channel, that is possible. That is what is awaiting everybody who wants to start a YouTube channel. More and more opportunities for you. And I think that works with every company. A company has another company that they suggest, and it's all about maybe a recommendation, not really something that we sell.
Yeah.
So if somebody approaches us that doesn't really align with our channel, we don't then take that on. But if we truly believe something works, like health insurance or something like that, and that we've used, then 100% we would find that useful. Or like travelers tips, we would recommend anything that's suitable for your traveling.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think you do a great job of incorporating the paid promotion into the video. You're just kind of in the middle where it makes sense. It's a nice transition. And then you obviously put some time and effort into thinking like, how should I incorporate this in? And not just like, here it is. So great job there.
Thank
Tommy
you.
J was asking, do you find making videos makes you explore more and do more things? Like get out.
Oh, that is such a good
100%.
question. Honestly, if it wasn't for this YouTube channel, we would not do more than half the things that we do. It really forces us to go out, meet new people. We've tried so many interesting foods or gone on different adventures because of these videos. So we're actually grateful that people watch, because it forces us to get out of our comfort zone, and we've done so much because of it.
Half our videos are because of that.
Yeah. Hello, Brian Flowers. Nice to see you in there. Thank you for saying hello. Really appreciate him. And David from Surin says, I think you guys are so successful because we can see you enjoy yourselves in the vids and not just making them to get new subs. Natural is best. Thank you.
That's really sweet. Thank you.
That's really nice. Yeah, it's interesting because I was thinking about like most people feel like your equipment is, you got like all these crazy cameras and stuff like that. But you actually did a video recently, and I think the video, I have it right here, was called The Truth About Travel in the Philippines plus 100K Q&A special. And in that video, you talked about your equipment. And I felt like it was a nice way for us to kind of go to the subscriber question, which is, what kind of equipment do you use?
So a lot of you have said, wow, your quality is so good, and what do you shoot on? You've obviously got this badass camera. Well, let me tell you, from 0 to 80,000 subscribers, we used this.
A very old, and I don't know if you can see this, a very broken old iPhone. The screen is actually coming off.
Oh, no.
You have to kind of like clip it back in.
Look at this. Oh my gosh. It's like all breaking apart. If you're ever wondering, not just for making videos, if you should start something but you don't have the gear, or you don't have the equipment, or you don't have the car, maybe we are an example to say, even if you've got nothing, you can do something.
I love that. What is that, like an iPhone 4? What was that?
It was like a dinosaur.
It felt like it.
It felt like it. Oh, it was iPhone 10 X. iPhone X.
Yeah, let me ask you this. So when you were initially creating content on your channel, were you editing on the iPhone as well, or were you always in Final Cut Pro?
Yeah, I was always using Final Cut. It would be very difficult to edit YouTube videos, I think, on a phone. So respect to anybody that does.
It's possible.
I did it. I did 7 videos when I first started my channel. It was this series called Richard Returns to Thailand. I recorded them on my phone, the video footage, and did it on my phone. And it was horrible. I would never recommend it to anyone.
Respect to you.
Yeah.
But you know what's funny? Then I moved over to Final Cut Pro on the Mac. It's just like, why was I doing that on the phone? You know? But you know, when you're starting out, like you said, you got to start somewhere, right?
Exactly. You got to start. If you have nothing, you don't need a big camera. I hope we're maybe a little example of that. But if you are thinking of starting a channel, you should do it. Just go for it.
NDTVA saying hello to everyone, saying hello to Ali. Hello, Nick. Nice to see you in there. So it is interesting. I want to talk a little bit about the equipment because I know that you're using Final Cut Pro. So for those of you that don't know, that's like a great program. A lot of YouTube creators use that. But what is the rest of your setup? So you have a GoPro now, you have an iPhone. You guys editing on a Mac? What's your rig? What's your setup?
Yeah. So I have an old 13-inch MacBook Pro, but it is perfect for what we need. And yeah, we have an iPhone, and we bought a GoPro in the Philippines because there's a lot of beautiful islands and we needed to go snorkeling and show the fish and the turtles. So we needed a GoPro. And yeah, that's it. We do have a mini drone as well. Sometimes we get some cool drone shots with that. But yeah, that's the setup, and it just works for us. We enjoy using it.
Yeah.
Now the Mac you have, is that like M1 Mac or is that the older Mac with the Intel
No,
chip?
I'm still using the Intel Max.
It's still working okay, huh?
Yeah, it's okay for now.
Yeah. Shev, what were you going to say? I'm sorry, I didn't want to talk over you.
Oh, no. It's okay. I was just saying that when we started our channel, I don't know if anybody knows, but we never wanted to actually be YouTubers. It kind of just happened. But when we started the channel, we only had the iPhone. We didn't have anything else. And then over time, we kind of then slowly got more things. Like we're still shooting on a phone. We don't have a camera.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say hello to Capio. Thanks for commenting and making time, man. I know that sometimes you guys like Capio's loves the channel. There's a lot of promotion for my live show, so I appreciate that. But it's at a weird time for him. So sometimes he can't make it. So I appreciate him either staying up or getting up early, whatever time it is where he is. So yeah, that's great. And it's interesting because so one of the things where you differ from me is I use a Mac as well. I use Final Cut Pro, love that program. Did not like it initially, like very difficult for me to use. But I find the more you use it, the more you find out about it. Are you using any plugins with Final Cut Pro to help you with transitions or color grading?
Yeah, good question. A lot of the transitions and the color grading, I've created my own presets, which makes it a lot easier now. But I have some plugins. Sometimes we show a map or a plane crossing the world, something like that, just to give the viewer an idea of where we are. And those are plugins, but they're all free plugins that I found and I downloaded. But everything else you can kind of do on the platform.
Yeah, a lot you can do. I sometimes do stuff outside of Final Cut Pro and bring it in. Like, I don't know if you saw the intro where I had the plane with the reshard travel. Like, that's many layers. Like, you start with the plane that's no paint, then you put the paint on there, layers. So it's a lot of work, like, especially frame by frame, guys. I got to figure out a better way. Have you done any keyframing, Dev, like in Final Cut Pro, where you're going frame by frame and doing edits and stuff like that?
Yeah, I do that a lot. I think it depends on the video, but yeah, I do that often.
See, it does it all, guys. This is why their content is such high quality. See, they're so humble. They don't like to talk about this kind of stuff. He's like, yeah, I do that. Yeah, that's like a big thing. Like being able to keyframe is like a big thing. Well, I would say like 95% of YouTubers don't know what you're even talking about.
It's a soul-destroying thing to do, to go frame by frame and key everything. But yeah, if you get it right, I do it a lot. I'm a little bit nitpicky when every frame I kind of look through with a fine comb, I think.
You're probably like, hey, can we start recording in 30 frames per second instead of 60, guys? Would that be cool? Less keyframing to do. Yeah, I think that's so funny. So it's interesting you mentioned about the equipment and stuff, because one area that you differ from me is around how you store your video files. So me, I'm a big like external hard drive guy. I have an HDD from Lassie that I use for all my archive footage. I use an SSD as I'm using Final Cut Pro, so faster hard drive. But you choose to do yours in the cloud, which I thought was interesting choice. Why did you choose the cloud versus like mechanical external hardware?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think it's much slower on the cloud, but I edit all of our videos on the laptop's hard drive, and then I export everything onto Google Drive. And I think the main reason is we would just have so many hard drives. And when we're traveling, it's extra weight in your bag and more things to carry. So that's normally what I do, and then just take footage off there if I need it.
I think it's super smart. I mean, I feel like, so that's helpful advice and information like that I'll use when I travel. I may actually do that, because that is my concern is, gosh, you got so much equipment you got to haul around if you're traveling. If you don't take the external hard drives with you, that's like big saver on weight. So I thought that was really smart.
So true. And to be honest, it actually was cheaper. In the beginning, we couldn't afford to like buy some hard drives. So it was cheaper to just store everything on the cloud. And on Google Drive in the beginning, you get like, I don't know, so many gigs for free. So I was just using that because it didn't cost me anything.
Well, Thailand Rob says he uses Microsoft Paint. Great program. Not really.
That's smart.
That's a soul-crushing program right there.
Yes.
Anyone that's used Microsoft Paint. Where's the option I need? Oh, it's not available. Yeah, it's so funny. So interesting, because how has things changed for you as you become more successful? You know, I don't want to talk about like monetary stuff because that's stuff we generally avoid. Like, it's no one's business what your income is from YouTube. But I do know that with more success comes more discretionary income to use on things like equipment and stuff like that. Has that changed at all for you? Like, if you got out and maybe purchased new equipment or stuff like this, has it changed for you?
I
bought a new T-shirt.
They're all good questions, Shev. They're all good questions. Hours of work went into this show.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't like to say that it's changed dramatically. I feel like we were super, super, I wouldn't say stingy, but just very cautious about how we used to spend our money, because we're like, this is it. If this disappears, we're done. We're going home. And I think as we got on, we're still we're still like that a lot, but we've maybe become a little less, what's the word that I'm looking for? Stingy?
Yeah, conservative, maybe.
Conservative? I don't know.
Yeah, we have recently we bought like little microphones sometimes when we're out in busy places. So that was something, but we spent about 6 months thinking about it.
Overthinking.
Should we? And I think we really like our setup and we don't want to overcomplicate it. And keeping it simple has worked for us.
We like it.
Yeah, it's interesting. When we were talking, you were telling me like, wow, you've really changed a lot just as people and as creators over the year. Just you felt like you were taking it overly serious in the initial time,
true.
right? Do you feel like you're a little more relaxed? Like Dev was kind of saying that, like you really felt like if I lose this piece of equipment, like we're done. So do you feel a little more relaxed moving forward?
Yeah, that's so true. I think in the beginning we were like, this is it, and we're going to do everything that we can for this channel. And, you know, if a video did poorly, we would like really beat ourselves up about it, like a lot, and constantly like overthink, like, what do we do? How do we improve? And I think going to the Philippines, we kind of automatically improved, but by improving, I meant we just relaxed more. We didn't take anything too seriously. And now we're, I think, a little bit content with ourselves. We're really happy with the content that we put out because we know that we're just trying to be ourselves and we're trying to have fun in the videos. And I think going forward, we just want to have more fun. We want to have more adventures, and we just want to kind of see the greener side of life in every video.
Yeah, well, it seems like you're having a lot of fun in the video. When I was putting your intro together, I'm like, the smiles are just so great. It looks like you're having a lot of great fun. I will tell you like that. So before I get to my comment, Ali Brown has a question around Chev and Dev. Comparatively, how do you guys feel about the cost of living in the Philippines versus living in Thailand? Because you spend a little bit of time there.
Yeah, that's also a very good question.
My subscribers are very smart, by the way. Very
clever.
They ask the good stuff.
They're on the ball.
Before you become a subscriber, you have to fill out a questionnaire. I have to prove it. Like, okay, up to snuff.
Yes, you're good. But it is a good question. I think it depends on what you're talking about. But I maybe felt the Philippines was a little bit more expensive with maybe your cost of living in terms of like your houses or your rent was a little bit higher, but maybe some other things were cheaper. Yeah. So it really depends. And I guess depends on the way that you travel. You could spend a lot of money in Thailand and in the Philippines, or you could choose to live cheaply, maybe eat some street food. There's some really good cheap street food in the Philippines.
Some good food there.
And that's what we lived on.
Yeah, I think it definitely depends on maybe your lifestyle. But in terms of like housing, Thailand is definitely cheaper. And but on the other hand, there are more experiences in the Philippines that are super cheap. Like if you want to go island hopping, you can go on 7 tours if you like. It's really affordable. So I think you've got to go to both and experience them. But in terms of like food, housing, stuff like that, they even out.
The problem in the Philippines is there's 7,000 islands. So you have to travel either by a ferry or plane all the time. And that maybe adds to your cost, but I think that adds to the adventure. And that's
it's worth it.
It's definitely worth it.
David from Syringe just has a question. Are any plans for new countries like Costa Rica?
Ooh, that's a good
We have
one.
a few more countries for the end of this year and already through half of next year. But South America and Central America are definitely places that we want to visit in the future. We have a few on a list. But
Costa Rica is on that list.
Costa Rica is on that list. So.
Oh, really? Have you been to Costa Rica before?
No, not yet.
No,
Not yet.
Okay.
But
All right.
we have to go.
Nice. Let's see here. We got a couple questions. I'm falling behind, guys. Skippy is asking, how do Chev and Dev split the workload, editing film? So we talked about this. So please answer this for everyone else that doesn't know.
Yeah, that's actually a good question again. But we're very lucky. I think we each have our roles, and it works so well. In terms of filming, we each film equally. Sometimes Shev's talking, sometimes I'm talking. We're both taking B-roll. And we kind of always on the same wavelength when we're filming something. I do all the editing, but then Shev does the thumbnails. She replies to all the comments. She does the rest of our social media on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Email. She handles all the work if we're working with any brands.
I'm the admin lady.
She's the admin, and I'm so grateful for her because it takes off such a big workload. So I can just focus on making the video. That's literally my job. And when I'm finished editing, my job is done. So I'm very lucky for her, and we work well together.
I think that's great. I feel like that's underappreciated on your channels, your socials. So you're big on social media. So, and that's something we kind of talked about. I told you, I don't think you agree with this, but I said, like, listen, so you went to the Philippines, had a huge boost up in subscribers. There were others that did follow you because they thought it was just that easy. Just travel to the Philippines and it'll happen for you. But it didn't really happen for everyone. And I feel like it really comes down to the fact that you're really great at promoting your videos, tagging your content, social media, all the social channels you're all over, promoting the YouTube channel. Do you feel like that's been kind of a secret layer to your success?
I think it's an important part of maybe keeping in contact with your audience. If you're building a community, you should definitely show up, and interaction is very important, I would say. And I wouldn't say I'm the best at all the other social media, but we just like to keep up appearances, keep everyone updated. And also Instagram's a good feature where if you want to give someone an inkling of where you are next, we do that all on Instagram. So if you want to say you want to keep up with us every day, we don't post every day on YouTube, but we show up every day on Instagram. You want to chat to us, we read every comment and we try our best to reply. We can't all the time, but we do think that it is a key asset, like kind of showing up to your community.
Say Robert back saying hello to Richard's mom. That always like a priority comment. Code red. Richard's mom, hello. Seacon saying, welcome back, Richard. So it's interesting you mentioned that about the social media, because one thing I saw, so one of the individuals I had on the show, he's been on a couple times, James Casino, Chocolate Man in Thailand. So this guy, he exploded. And I feel like it was because once people started to see his content, he had a great social media presence behind that. So he was all over the social, his logo, his brand was like spot on. He was ready for success. And I feel like a lot of YouTube channels maybe aren't ready for that success. So, I mean, like what you're talking about, doing all the admin type work, I feel like that really pays off, like when your channel starts to explode. Do you feel like some channels that you're friends with maybe are challenged with that, with the social stuff, that you kind of nail it, but some channels kind of really are challenged with that?
I kind of think it's the opposite.
Yeah, we don't nail it.
I think everybody else is so good on their socials, like they're everywhere. And I'm kind of like, oh, I gotta catch up. But I mean, it's amazing. And also for people that are traveling right now, if they want to go to the Philippines, like go and make your content. And I think you kind of learn as you go. Like before, we didn't have any social presence, but we kind of thought, hey, let's just keep showing up. Let's keep improving. And we're still learning to this day. We're like, how do we keep up with the socials? We're like, everybody's like so good on their social media, and I feel like we're not.
Oh, okay. Well, see, for someone who has like no social media presence, I think it's great. So
Yeah.
like, I think I had a Facebook page for a while. I took it off. It just wasn't working. Yeah, I
You
don't
should
know.
come back.
Yeah.
I know. I probably should, because I feel like people want a place where they can go and kind of build the community. So yeah, it's
Right.
less about me and more about them. So gotta love Thailand Dave. He has a small YouTube channel of his own, 1,800 subscribers. He doesn't usually come to this kind of stuff, but he loves Chev and Dev. So
I
that-
love you
that's
too.
amazing.
yeah, yeah. I know Nikki Dunn. She's promoting giving a link there to your channel.
we
She's a
love
big
Nikki.
supporter of your channel.
She's amazing.
Does she comment on your videos too?
Yes, all the time. She's
Yeah.
amazing.
She's got some great cooking videos on her channel. She does some great
She
stuff.
does.
Yeah.
And on Instagram too.
There you go. That's so great. No, it's good, because I think one of the things I thought about when I was putting this together is how far you've come. And do you sometimes look back and kind of pinch yourself like, wow, is this really happening? 114,000 subscribers?
Every day.
Every single day.
Every
We
day.
said it about half an hour ago, an hour.
We just can't believe
Everything.
it. What's happened to us is just like crazy. And we're still, like we said in the video, we're still learning every single second, and we couldn't be more grateful for everybody online. Now everything is online more than ever. So the fact that we're able to connect with so many people and we've never met them, we'd love to meet everyone.
Yeah. I mean, do you plan on having like a subscriber meetup? Have you done those before?
We were thinking about it, but we just never did. I think we should in Thailand.
Yeah, maybe in
Yeah.
Thailand.
Yeah. Where do you think you would have it? Would you go back to Chiang Mai, that kind of thing?
Maybe Bangkok?
Maybe Bangkok.
You're giving us
Oh.
ideas now. So
Yeah.
Richard, you have to come to Bangkok, then we will have a
I'm
meetup.
there. Love it. Love Bangkok. Hustle and bustle. It's great. So great
Yes.
there. Have you spent a lot of time in Bangkok?
Yeah. Yeah, we
a
miss
couple
it
of months,
a
maybe.
lot.
Yeah.
Are we there?
Yeah, you're still there. Uncomfortable pause, Mike. All right, I want to hear more, but that's okay. Gomor Hike is saying, I like Instagram. Put my good nature phones up there. That's great. So Gomor Hike has a lot of great nature videos up there, which is really nice. Yeah, it's interesting. So one of the things I talked to you about, and you kind of laughed when I mentioned this on the pre-interview, was around like what's next for the channel. You know, you want to continue to grow it, but I feel, so I'm going to call it now. So mark the date and the time. I'm calling it, I'm telling you. And you know what's coming, because I mentioned this before a couple of days ago. I think the next step for you is a television network. I really feel like a travel channel is going to come saying, Chev and Dev, it's time to take it to the next level. But you were kind of lukewarm on that. You kind of said, like, Richard, I don't know. Like, I like having the freedom and flexibility of the YouTube channel. We're always going to have the YouTube channel. Do you stand by that comment today?
I mean, that's a huge compliment for you to say.
Wow.
So thank you. We don't believe you, but thank you.
Hey, I was right last time.
Yeah, that's true.
Going out on a
We've
limb.
always, it's a bit of a tricky one, because an opportunity like that would be out of this world, and it's difficult to answer that question because we couldn't even see that happening to us. But we feel so close to our channel. It feels like it's a part of us, and we always, even if nobody's watching, we always just want to keep making videos, and the freedom is a part of it, but just the excitement and the energy to go out, create something, learn and grow with your channel is something that we could never get rid of. People have asked me before, would I edit for another channel? And the answer is no, because I always want to edit for me. We want to be the first Chev and Dev, and we want to edit and make videos for ourselves. So it's difficult. Maybe it depends on the terms and conditions of that travel channel, maybe.
Well, that's the thing. We did mention this to you before, but to work maybe for somebody else is maybe not what we wanted, or maybe that's why we started the channel in the first place. We want to kind of be our own bosses. And even if something does come along, we always want to have the channel. So if we could do something as a side project, 100% we would. But we will always still keep making videos. We just love it. We can't help ourselves.
Yeah, that's what I love as well. And I tell you, so I don't really run a lot of videos by other people anymore. I don't like constructive criticism. So I think to Dev's point, like, will you record videos for other people? Yeah, probably not. I don't think it's so tough. It's like you put your heart and soul into editing a video, you know, song selection, transitions, this kind of stuff. Do you ever coach up like newer YouTube creators? Because I got to tell you, what I see from a lot of new YouTube creators is like over editing. Like all about these star transitions, crust dissolves to black and white. It's a bit much on the senses, right? Do you ever like counsel other YouTube creators like, listen, less is more sometimes on these videos?
To be honest, I think we need that lesson
Yeah, can
sometimes.
someone teach us?
Please.
Please, we'll take it.
We do that a lot.
That's the first mistake we made in the beginning, is we're making Netflix documentaries. And after we kind of got a bit of a kick in the teeth, because they obviously weren't performing. I mean, YouTube is not Netflix. So we really had to talk with ourselves, and we're like, we need to cut that out and just make videos that we enjoy, because actually over editing becomes a pain, and you start to not enjoy your process as a filmer or as an editor. After we filmed something, we're like, I'm absolutely exhausted. And people were like, why? You go around and you shoot videos of awesome stuff. How can you be exhausted? And we're like, but the video's got to be perfect. That's not what we should have done.
We've had a lot of chat, especially recently. We were spending sometimes altogether about 40 hours making one video in terms of the filming, planning, editing, and that's just ridiculous. And we want to change our narrative to make it more about the story than the spectacle. And maybe that's, like you said, new YouTubers, they want to make this spectacle, but I think it's more about the story. What's the character doing in the video, and the character's progression, and what's the point to your story, and that's more important for us. So when we're traveling, we want to show really what that country is about, the city, the food. That's more important than the transitions or the music that we use.
Yeah, I think that's a great perspective to have. I think that probably more people could appreciate that as they're starting up if they were to listen to that. I think so. David from Surin saying, look out, Netflix, here comes Chev and Dev. Wow, wouldn't that be great? Yeah, maybe Apple TV. Yeah, I'm telling you. I'm calling
that's sweet.
Yeah. It's just like, I'm not just like saying that to be a compliment. I feel like your content is really somewhat special. Like I really don't see it a lot out there. So it really gets my attention. It keeps me subscribed. I got to tell you, so I have a lot of people on the show. I can't keep subscribed to everyone. Spoiler alert. I can't subscribe to everyone, guys. My feed was too crazy. So I do choose like who I stay subscribed to. And you're one of those that I've been watching all along. And, I really felt like it was too bad when I was off air, when you hit the 100K, because I wanted to have you on exactly at 100K. But I'm glad that we had a chance to sort of, cheers to that today.
Absolutely.
It meant a lot to me to kind of celebrate 100K. That's big.
Yes, you'll always be a part of our journey.
Yeah. And then Gator Jake, I think, is putting up your Instagram, which is good. That's great.
Thank you. We've also recently started posting shorter, like 3 to 5 minute videos on Facebook, which are kind of, if you don't want to watch a full Chev and Dev video, you can kind of go onto Facebook and just watch like bits and parts of old videos that we've been in different countries.
This is us keeping up with the social.
Yeah, we're trying.
We're trying.
So great. So Daystate Fox is saying hello. I've missed him in the chat. He's a moderator to the stars. So if you guys ever start getting back into live streaming, I know you did a live stream, about 9 months ago? Did you do like a live?
Yes.
How was that for you? How'd you like it?
One and only one.
That's when we hit 10K, right? And Mr. Mitch, we asked him to be our moderator, and he was amazing.
He was the best.
He was
He's
good.
so quick, that guy.
He's great. Really good.
So what was that like? Tell me about that experience, the live stream. That was your first one, or was it, you done one or two before?
I think
first one.
First one. Yeah,
what was it like?
First one.
Because 10,000 subscribers, that's a lot to do your first live stream. You probably had a ton of people in there, all crazy comments, not being able to keep up with it.
It was really amazing, but it was crazy. And I think even now we're like still a little bit nervous.
Yeah. I'll tell you, sign of a good live stream is if it's still up, if you didn't have to delete it. So I got to tell you, so YouTube is getting pretty sneaky these days. Have you noticed this? Like they're on automation. They're on automatic mode now with the copyright stuff, which is good or bad. Like I love the fact that like I've had to do a lot of copyright claims myself on other people. Unfortunately, it happens. If you don't use content with people's permission, it happens. So I've done that, but it's also automated now. And the reason I bring this up is I put a lot of your video content in the live show. And I posted a couple of those on YouTube as unlisted videos just to see. They went through the check, no problem. I found a little loophole. So you got around a little bit if you throw a little bit of different music in there. So a lot of the videos I played today had like different music in there. So maybe it passed by the censors. I'm curious to see though, if some of those videos get flagged later on, just automatic. And you won't even get an alert. Like you won't even know that I got popped for it. YouTube will come in like, you better watch out what you're doing there, Richard Travel.
Wow, that's crazy.
Let us know.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, you're like the pilot case for this. They got new technology now going, all these bots looking for stuff, sniffing around. So it's a good thing, bad thing. It's a good thing because, they're keeping other people from, cloning or copying other people's content. But for shows like me, it might be a little bit of a challenge. So
Right.
hopefully I pass that. So what's next? You guys, I got to ask this question. Your fans are curious. I know, Dev, you mentioned like, hey, there's a new place coming up to be continued. You didn't really mention on that video. Can you tell us where you're headed next?
We're headed there in 2 days' time, and I think it's going to be one of the craziest months of our lives. But we're not going to tell you. So if you have a guess, send it to us or send it in the chat right now. Let us know your guesses because you'll find out soon enough. But we can maybe spoil another destination. We're definitely going back to Thailand.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
No problems. I don't want to push on it because respectfully, like the reason they do this, guys, is it's all about the numbers here. It's important that you don't divulge it like on another person's channel. They want to kind of get those metrics and the audience coming in. Oh, where are they going next? So I appreciate that. I respect that.
Stay
Again,
tuned.
you've gone like another level on my level of Chev and Dev, like next level now. Oh my gosh. So a lot of people in here today. Tommy J is saying India. You want to go to India?
Ooh.
I thought you had been there in one of your videos, but maybe I'm mixing it up with someone
Not
else.
yet.
Not
But
yet.
we really, really want to. And we might have some plans.
Yeah, it's on the list.
It's on the list.
Yeah. Chocolate Man in Thailand says, "Who's Mr. Mitch?" Yeah. Like he's in everyone's videos these days. If you watch any kind of Thailand videos, he's always in the background somewhere.
Yeah, it's so good
Yeah.
that he's in Thailand.
Yeah, and it's interesting because Mr. Mitch actually has a great story. So like he really was slaving away in the US of A and decided like one day like enough. Like I've had enough. Like it's time to retire. Initially, he wasn't thinking about retiring right away like he did, but he decided like, listen, I'm not getting any younger. And he took a chance. He retired. He's living in Thailand now. And I'm wondering like if that was the sort of mentality that you had in regards to I'm going to go to Thailand, start a YouTube channel. Was it just one of those things where he said, let's just do it?
Wow.
I mean, well done, Mr. Mitch,
Yeah.
because that's amazing. It shows that it's kind of never too late. But yeah, you're absolutely right that when we were in South Africa, we weren't happy with our jobs. Like we felt like, oh, we wanted to travel and maybe we didn't want to sit behind a desk. And one day we were kind of like, let's just move to Thailand. Why not? Let's see what happens. And that was a split decision that made us go to Thailand, which of course we didn't plan to stay there for so long, but things happen. And we ended up staying there 2 years. And a few months into staying in Thailand, Devin just started a YouTube channel. He was like, hey, I started a YouTube channel. And I was like, why?
Yeah, we didn't plan on doing that. That wasn't the reason for going to Thailand at all. And to be honest, the first, I don't know how many videos are so bad on our channel. They're terrible. We had no idea what we're doing.
Don't watch them.
Please don't watch them. But yeah, it kind of is similar to Mr. Mitch's story. Is just say, why not? And that's kind of the mentality we've had with every single country, same as the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
You never know what's going to happen and just go and enjoy it.
So it's interesting you mentioned that, like, don't watch the previous videos, the very old ones. So I got an OG video I was going to show. It's actually your OG. I call it OG, your OG intro. It's a 30-second little intro. You might remember this from the first time you were on the show. And I want to tell you, like, the one difference I can see right away, the difference between then and now, is you wear more clothes now.
We're Shev and Dev. We left our home in South Africa and booked a one-way ticket to a life we didn't even think was possible. Our goal is to pursue a life of full-time traveling and exploring together. We enjoy discovering the unknown and seeing places in a way that's never been seen before. So far, we have traveled to over 7 cities in Thailand, discovering all the weird and wonderful things it has to offer, from beautiful hotels, cafes, delicious food, and much, much more. So we hope you enjoy virtually traveling with us.
So great. And when I showed that to you in the pre-interview, like, oh my, same response.
That's hard to watch.
That's hard to watch.
Yeah.
And
So tell me, like, why is it hard to watch? Why is it hard to watch?
Oh,
well,
it's so cringy. And you liked it? I'm just,
I think,
it's the
hey, the
editor.
song's
I'm seeing
catchy.
so many
You guys,
mistakes.
good dance.
oh my gosh. Well, I think maybe we're just like, we can't believe that was 1 year ago. It wasn't like 10 years ago.
I hope we've improved.
Please tell me we've improved.
Yeah. Well, I thought you did a really cool little edit there, Shev, as you're coming out. I think you have a robe on, and then Dev cuts to you coming out in the bikini. Dev, what transition did you use for that? Is that just a simple transition using the background, or did you do like a keyframe on that?
Well, Shev actually just took the gown off and had a bikini on underneath, and I just did a speed ramp so it moved quicker. So when I filmed it really slowly, and then she like took the robe off, and then obviously I just sped that up. So it looks like there's a transition, but she actually did everything.
That's actually pretty cool. You're like, less work in post, just take off the robe as you're walking.
Just take it off
pretty
slowly.
Cool. That is so awesome. I always wondered about that. I thought like you did like a keyframe, kind of got it to look right. That's great.
No.
Yeah.
It's very realistic.
So funny.
Because it was. That's so funny. Yeah. So, I mean, when you look back on that, do you see someone that took the video creation process very seriously and you're a little bit different today? Is that why you kind of laugh about it?
Yeah.
Like, put so much work into it. What was why the response of laughing?
I think maybe we've just progressed as creators. So like the way we spoke and maybe the music choice and the way the cuts are edited, we can kind of just see how we would tweak that or change it. Maybe the speed of certain clips. But I think I feel really proud when we watch that, because even in that clip, we said we're like trying to have full-time travel, and like that's what we're aspiring to. And now we get to do that. So
that's unbelievable.
It's great that our dream came true.
Yeah, every day it comes true.
It's so funny because when we talked in the pre-interview, like I was all proud of myself. I had the thumbnail like mostly created. Like, hey, so this is what we're gonna do, guys. I'm gonna use that same thumbnail from the first time with you in the bikini, Dev, you in the bathing suit, like on the pool and stuff. And you're like lukewarm on it. I knew something was up. You're like, after this, and you're so nice. After this, I'm gonna send you a pic that you can choose to use or not. And I was like, when a creator tells you like choose to use or not, like that means you better use that.
Oh,
it's like
no,
code for like, but it
not
was a great picture, and I just felt like that was your way of saying like we're kind of over that. We're doing this stuff now.
It's amazing though, because when you showed it to us and we kind of had a different reaction, you were like, "What's going on?" And we just it wasn't you. We just couldn't believe that our maybe personal development or our improvement has changed so much in a short amount of time. So we were like, wow, we used to speak like that? Really?
Yeah.
Who liked us? Who subscribed?
Why did you subscribe?
Why?
Yeah, when I used to do my first bunch of creative videos, recorded videos, I spoke very slow for like dramatic effect. And then when I look back on those, I'm like, man, that was crap. So, but I think to your point, it probably comes with the amount of videos you are creating. So you're doing a lot of videos. So you just ramped up so quickly, I feel like.
Oh, thank you.
I think Mickey is saying, come back to the Philippines. Filipino supporters are incredible. So,
yes.
Did you see that? You're like, wow, Filipinos are great.
They are
incredible.
They're amazing people, one of a kind.
So you got an undisclosed location coming up next. Now you're going to reveal that on a video. Have you already recorded that video and you're just waiting to post it in a couple days?
Not yet.
Not yet. In 2 days, we're filming it.
In 2 days' time.
Nice. So that's great. I mean, it's exciting because I feel like everyone's curious where you're going to land next, because you've been doing a lot of traveling outside of Thailand. So it's great. I wanted to kind of wrap things up here and thank you for coming on the live show. It's so nice kind of cheersing with you for your 114K subscribers. Do it one more time.
Thank you so much for having us. It just feels like we're so good to be back, and it's so good to see you again. I'm so glad you're back, and we can't wait to see more of you.
And we need to get Richard to 10K.
Get to 10K.
Yeah, I'm getting pretty close. Now I'm back. Come on, let's do it. Come on, guys.
Yes.
I'm worthy of a
Everybody.
subscribe. Come on. Why not? Hey, you can always unsubscribe later. Much later.
Don't unsubscribe.
Don't unsubscribe.
I am running a special though today. Today only, no charge for any subscriptions, so you won't be charged.
There you go.
That
Today's
used
the
to be
day.
a funny joke. That used to be a funny joke. I feel like now it's no longer funny. All right. So that's great. So I do have remember the outro I recorded for you on your first appearance? So I have that actually for the outro today.
Okay.
Yeah. I wanted to kind of throw back, because it's great because it mentions all your socials and that people can contact you and say, hey, where should we go next? And I think that's great about your channel. You're always open for suggestions.
Absolutely.
Great. So thanks very much for coming on. I hope to talk
Thanks
to you
for
soon
having
too as well.
Yes.
And I can't thank you enough for coming on the show. It really meant a lot to me.
Thank you so much, Richard. Thank you, everyone,
Bye,
for
everybody.
watching.
Thanks
Bye.
for coming.
Hey, thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos.
And if you want to be friends or you just want to get to know us a little bit better, make sure to check out our Patreon account, linked right below the like button, where you can see behind the scenes footage, updates on our travel plans, and you can control where we go and what we get up to.
Bye for now.
Thank you to Chev and Dev. Really appreciate having them on the show today. They were great. We sit up a little bit, so sit up straight. They were great. 114,000 subscribers. Wow. And they've been a big supporter of this channel from the beginning as well. So I definitely appreciate that. They've always given me some great words of encouragement. So thank you for all of that. I want to let you know I'm going to be taking a quick intermission break. We'll play the intermission video. We'll be right back with Vlogger News. All right, welcome back, everyone. Quick intermission break there. Chance to refill your beverage, use the restroom, whatever you got to do. You know, one thing I forgot about in Thailand, they don't actually say restroom. They say bathroom or toilet. Remember when I was first in Thailand, I asked, hey, where's the restroom? They're like, what? You're crazy. Get out of here. You got to say bathroom or better, toilet. If you say toilet in America, that's not a good thing. Kind of low class. Got to say restroom or bathroom. Cool. So today's Vlogger News is going to be good. I got a lot of people profiled in the Vlogger News segment. I'm excited to have this back because it's been a little while since you've done Vlogger News. So I'm going to play the intro. We're going to go through a lot of great vloggers today, some you might not have heard of.
Hello, this is Mr. Egg from the Pattaya, and this is Vlogger News on the Richard Travel Live Show.
Shout out to Gift there on the intro. Gift and Tiger Gift and Foreigner Joe is the channel. Foreigner Joe made it difficult for us to remember the name now. He's changed his channel name from Foreigner Joe to Tiger Gift and Foreigner Joe. And so let's get to the Vlogger News. It's Vlogger News time. Boy, I missed that video. I missed talking about great vloggers that are coming up. One that I've been watching for a while is, guess what? No Time to Be Sad. Chuck and his mom, Kara, in Thailand. So for those of you that aren't familiar with the channel, Chuck has brought his 70-year-old mother from the U.S. to Thailand, and he is setting her up in a place to live. He bought a new scooter for her, one that's got like a roof on it, electric, very safe, and she loves it. But Chuck being Chuck, got to make some modifications to it. So he's making it a little more powerful. I think he's putting like a V8 supercharged engine in there, took out the electrical. He's like, forget this battery, putting a V8 in there with the supercharger. No, just kidding. But great video. And it's really nice to see Kara kind of settling in to Thailand. As an older person, I know my mom is watching it very closely. sometimes has some critiques for Chuck, like, Chuck, it's time for her to take a break. She's been walking too much. So very good about that. Love the videos. Chuck is doing a great job on that channel profiling that. And I know he's got to put up with a lot of crazy comments, because anytime you make content like that, you're going to have people that love it or hate it. So good job, Chuck, just staying on target and continue to make those videos. Appreciate that. So check out that channel. No Time to Be Sad if you haven't. It's a great video series going on now. He's got a lot of older videos talking about his own retirement to Thailand, how he pretty much said, enough of the hustle and bustle in the US. I'm cashing out and I'm going to Thailand. So he's living the dream now. Rides for Kicks. I think Rides for Kicks was actually in the chat earlier saying, welcome back, Richard. So Lucas, good friend of mine, really been a big supporter of the channel. You noticed that we played the video earlier when he was at the restaurant. That's something we were kind of in cahoots on there. He sent that to me. I laughed my ass off. I thought it was great. And thank you, Lucas, for all that you do to support this channel. I want to try to support your channel by profiling your latest video, Hidden Pattaya Gem, unbelievable $18 hotel suite. So really, really good. Really felt like that is just a great video that talks about the value to be had in Thailand. Just nuts. So he goes through there. It's a really nice hotel. There was another YouTube channel. I'm not sure if I'm profiling it today. Yeah, it is. It's the next video. Look at my own notes, Richard. So this is stay on target. Guys, it's been 320 days, no live show. I'm a little rusty. I dust up the cobwebs. So Rides for Kicks did a great job on his video, The Hidden Pattaya Gem, unbelievable $18 hotel suite. Lucas's videos are always great. I've said this before. Doesn't matter what the title is. I never look at what the title of the video is. I just click and play it because it's always guaranteed quality content. Kind of like Chev and Dev. Don't have to look at their title. Just click and play, man. They're all good. They're all good. Go back 2 years ago. They're still good. Dev mentions like that was really horrible video back in the day. Nah, man, they're all good. And those are the best ones. I feel like those are the raw videos, man. Just getting started. I'd love to see that. So all the videos were good, Chev and Dev, just so you know. So Carl's Thailand did a great video, $10 rooms with $1,000 views. Now, Carl's Thailand was on the Richard Travel Show. We got him over 1,000 subscribers. Guess what? Now he's at 6,000 subscribers. So I feel like his channel is very undervalued because he's doing a lot of these great picturesque videos where he's going to parks and walking around, going to these interesting resorts and showing you where you can get a $10 hotel room with priceless views. So I would say check out that channel and check out that video. Hopefully the moderators are putting the links in the chat there. One thing I didn't do today was I usually provide some of the moderators with links to, or actually names of the YouTube channels I'll be showing on the Vlogger News. I didn't do that today. Bad host. Usually you got to do that for the moderators. You got to do your due diligence, provide names. I didn't do that. So they're struggling, probably like, where's that channel? Get the link, send it out. Probably code red, messaging on their messaging group. This is a horrible show. I can't believe you did that to us. So sorry, guys. Got to find it now. Carl's Thailand, great channel. I'd look to have him back actually on the channel as well. I think he'll hit 10,000 subscribers in a month or two, which is great. So great video there. Please check out Carl's Thailand if you want to see a great hotel room for $10. And then pretty much the news for me in the last week or two is Julian K. Glasser. He's leaving Thailand. So you might remember Julian, we had him on the show about a year ago. Half Thai, half American, speaks fluent Thai. Came from Las Vegas in America and went to Thailand, spent 2 years there. And like the title says, not clickbait. That's actually in the title of the video. He's leaving. And he's starting his career back in the United States. So his whole thing, he's a young guy, 24, 25 years old. He's thinking, listen, I spent 2 years in Thailand, had that experience. Now he's looking to come back. I think he said in his video that he looks to vacation in Thailand, but he's going to stick in the U.S. for a little while and build up his career, maybe build up the funds to maybe do something then back in Thailand. But so there's a great video on his channel, and there's also a great video on Greeny Travels as well. So Greeny Travels is a great channel that we have as well. This video is profile, but he also did an interview with Julian talking about why Julian is leaving Thailand. And it's a great interview. Greeny always does a great job with his interviews. I think that's why he's starting to do more of them. And he's actually has one, this latest one is, will retirement in Thailand be too boring for this pilot? So I listened to this last night. And it says he shares some, oh, I misspelled it. Look at that. Novice mistake. Let's make a little on the fly change. There we go. Save, reprofile. There we go. Problem fixed. So he shares some terrifying stories. So it's actually very good. I listened to it. You could almost listen to it like it's a podcast. You can play it and then, go about your stuff. Just listen to it. Some great stories from this guy. So I would say check out Greeny Travels. He's doing some great videos around condos in the Jomtien, basically Chonburi region in Thailand. So great ways that you can really, find some affordable housing if you're looking to come over for either an extended vacation or retire. So some great videos there, and looking to have him back at some point as well. And then one of my favorites, Life After Kids with Key Williams. So she has a video up right now, National Museum of Fine Arts Manila, Venice Grand Canal Mall. So she's up to 5,000 subscribers. She had a couple hundred when she came on the show about a year ago, and she actually came back and ran through Vlogger News with me as well. So that was great. Great video with her, another American that's relocated to Thailand. And the great story behind her relocation is that she came to Thailand sight unseen. Yeah, she had never been to Thailand. And she decided yeah, I think that looks good. Saw a couple YouTube videos. I'm going to go there, retire there, sell everything, and let's relocate. So she has a great video up this week. She also has one further back that I love seeing, where she rented a home in Hua Hin, Thailand. And then she didn't have a post for a while. And the next post was, yeah, I'm living here now. So she had a huge problem with wildlife, basically banging on her door, trying to get into the house. Let us in. Can you imagine that? Monkeys and stuff coming around, trying to get into the house. So she couldn't do that at night. It was too much for her. So she basically said, I'm out of here, and relocated to a different place. There's a great video about that. Plus she talks about it on this live show, the last interview where we talked about that. And I thought that was a pretty funny story. So I would say one thing I'm looking to do in the future with the live show here with the Vlogger News segment is I'd love to have other vloggers come on and run through the Vlogger News with me. I'm always looking for interesting new vloggers to come on the show. So always want to kind of see that and see if you might have some interesting vloggers. So if you're interested, just email me at richardtravel@gmail.com, and we can definitely get you on the show, and you can run through Vlogger News with me. You even get to pick a couple of your favorite vloggers to profile, which is nice. And Chev and Dev just saying, thanks for having us on the show. So glad Richard is back. Thanks to everyone who tuned in. Appreciate that. We got 240 people in the chat. So that's great. Really, really nice. Appreciate that, Chev and Dev. And they're going to be one of those recurring guests. I'm telling you, they're so much fun to have on. I almost feel like I should start to publish the pre-interviews because they're so funny. We joke around and stuff on the pre-interviews. A lot of stuff we can't talk about, though, on the live show. But personal stuff about me. I don't disclose that stuff to anyone, only to my guests, the VIPs. So I tell them what's going on with me, all this stuff. And they're after a while, they're kind of getting tired, falling asleep. Enough, Richard, about you. It's about us. We're coming on the show here. Like my counselor, I'm letting him know. I saw Deb was his eyes are glassing over. Oh my God, this guy's crazy. But I had to shut it down, get him on the show. Now everything is good. But I think in the pre-interview, I kind of went a little off the rails there. Enough of you, Richard. Let's talk about us. So thank you for coming on the show, Chev and Dev. It's always fun to have you. I'm just making fun. Always fun having you on the show. Appreciate that. Please check out those vloggers. Really important that you guys check those out. Those are up and coming vloggers that just need a little bit of help kind of getting started, getting to the next level. So I appreciate that. We're going to send you out with the outro of the Vlogger News. We're going to come back and talk about the show in the future.
Tyler Rob here, and that's all this week in Vlogger News. Please return your seats and tray tables to their upright position. Thank you for flying Recharge Travel.
And for those of you that don't know about Thai Girl Gift and Foreigner Joe's channel, that's actually the little dance that Gift does at the end of each video. So I thought that was great. I sort of repurposed it away from Joe. Joe's like, yeah, go ahead and use it. No problem. I asked Joe, do you want to ask Gift about that? Nah, she's cool with it. I hope she was. But it's so great. He actually profiled that on his channel. So I thought that was pretty cool. So thank you, Gift, for all that you do. Your dance at the end. Really, really good. If you want to be a guest on the show, please email me, richardtravel@gmail.com. I am doing an earlier show like you saw today. I moved it up to 7 a.m. my time. Now, one guest in the chat, how early I had to get up for this one. 7 a.m. start time. It's not like I'm getting up at 6:30, rolling out of bed and doing these guys. Got a lot of stuff to do. Greeny Travel is saying, hello, guys. Gator Jake at Chev and Dev. Great to see you on the show where I discover your channel. So that's something interesting. So that is true. So if Chev and Dev is still listening, Gator Jake actually discovered your channel on my show, and he's very proud of that. And he watches the Vlogger News to find new channels like yours. So, and I oftentimes feel like it's just a matter of the channel being discovered for them to go up to the next level. If the content is good, it will explode. And I always felt that about Chev and Dev. There's a handful of other channels I feel that way as well. And those are the ones that I profile. So the ones I profile are not just lip service. These are channels that I watch, and I really feel like, hey, they really deserve a second look. So appreciate you saying that there, Gator Jake. I'm sure they love to see that. And then Brock is saying hello to Greeny Travels. Gotta love Thailand, saying great show, Rich. Yeah, thank you. I'll tell you, a little rusty, guys. 321 days between shows. You will not have to wait 321 days for the next show. But I do need a little bit of help. I do need some more guests on the show. We need to pack up that calendar so it's a little bit easier on me. So I would say if you have anyone that's interested that come on the show, have them email me. We can chat about it. Nikki Dunn saying, smash the thumbs up. I appreciate that. That's important too. That's important too. YouTube's always looking for interaction in the video. So either it's a comment or a thumbs up. That shows that people are liking what they're seeing, or at least curious. Yeah, even a thumbs down counts as engagement. Did you know that? Yeah, a little loophole for us creators. You didn't know that. Even a thumbs down counts as engagement, and YouTube pushes it out. They're like, hey, maybe this is controversial. Let's push it out more. So maybe a thumbs down is worth more to us. Maybe YouTube says, ooh, thumbs down, very controversial video. Let's push it out to more people. So all those trolls out there doing thumbs down means nothing to us, man. So Capio says, boom, 240 in the chat. What a return. Thank you, Capio. Always nice, man. Appreciate all the support you do there. Capio had a countdown about a year ago of the world or the YouTube's best live shows. And I finished number 2. I was very happy about that. Number 2. He profiled a little intro video of mine. I thought that was pretty cool. So thank you, Capio, for that. My mom was actually watching that day on Capio's live stream. Yeah. Mom likes the controversial stuff too. She can get jiggy with it. She was on the Capio. Like, yeah, you tell him, Capio. You tell him. Capio is very, controversial. But she can get aligned with that kind of stuff. She likes it. Smash a thumbs up. Tommy J says, hit the like. Gator Jake is giving a link to the Fubar Travel Ollie Brown channel. I would check that out too as well. Robert Mack, good to see you in the channel as well. Great show, but also good to see all the usual suspects in there. Gator Jake is giving a link to Capio's channel. Lonely Belgian. Thanks for a great show and great thumbnail. It's horrific and funny. So yeah, don't know if I should laugh or cry looking at that one. Robert N saying, great show. Appreciate that. David from Surim, thanks for staying up till 1 a.m. in Australia. I appreciate that. Appreciate all the kind words. Really appreciate that. And one last one for Chev and Dev. Mr. Mitch saying, I discovered Chev and Dev during their original pre-interview. I was subscriber 650 or so. Yeah, that's great. I'm sure they'd love to hear that. And just more and more. And Alpha Reactions, Damien, welcome back, man. Nice to see you in the chat as well. It's been a long time. Appreciate that. And Mice Rice says, are you always going to start the show now with a champagne mimosa? Well, possibly. But the doctor would say no. But I would say yes. Probably a good way. Hey, good luck. Got 210 people in here. It's good. Ooh, that's a strong one. Maybe I poured a little bit too much champagne. That's okay. Flora Note, welcome back, Richard. Flora Note, nice to see you in there. Perfect. Appreciate that. I will be reaching out to you as well. So please check your email soon. I love it. So guys, thanks for that. Let's see. Got a lot of great comments coming in. Keep those going. I got to run. I got the rest of my day to work on. Got some stuff to do. And I will look forward to seeing everyone on the next live show. Enjoy this outro.
Hands in the air.